Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about creating your own resume and host it on your GitHub pages. GitHub is a really good version control system which allow you to host your static website if there is on GitHub pages. I used GitHub pages to show the portfolio of mine. You can see this particular website where I'm showing my details, little bit of summary. Then I have added my employment history, all these three companies that I have worked with and what I have worked, that is there, and the list of skills that I have worked on. A small project that I have created here to showcase my work in Angular and GitHub Actions to deploy it automatically. You can create this project and you can host your own resume also in very small amount of time by using my project. What you have to do, that you have to just fork my project. If you know about forking in GitHub, that's really nice. Otherwise you will see a particular link here. You have to click on this fork, and once you click on this particular fork, this particular project will be available in your own GitHub. Also, in that particular project, you just fork it. You will see this changes to your name, and this Angular resume will become your project. Also, you have to go here, click on this HTTPS, and either you have to clone it by through terminal, or you can directly click it, open with Visual Studio, and it will Visual Studio Code. It will actually open it. There will be option for Visual Studio Code for you. I have Visual Studio installed in my laptop, that's why it's showing Visual Studio. Otherwise, resume.json is there, which is present in the assets folder. You have to go, in order to modify those details, you have to go inside assets, resume.json, and this particular file is there. This consists all the details that you are seeing on the browser. So directly go there. In details, you can see all the details that are related to me. Just write one line of summary. You can get that summary by typing your experience or project details in use I think chat GPT for it if you want. Otherwise you can write it by yourself also, that is good. So just write the summary, change phone number, email, job role, image URL. Image URL is nothing, that's the file that you have kept inside the asset. So just replace my image with your own, and change the URL here. So inside assets, my image is directly present here. You can change that image with your own and replace the URL also here with your own URL. Change the address, change employment history according to you. You can use the employment history section as project description section if you are a fresher. So but don't change their keywords, key names, but just change their in details. So instead of employee history, you can type your project name here, what was your role in that project. If you created the full project, you can say individual contributor, and then when you started that project, and then details about it. But do not change this company name, job title, start date. I'll tell you, these things are not visible on your website, so we don't have to change these keywords, because that's how our website is accessing each of those details. So don't change those, but you can directly type your project details instead of employment history here. It is a list of all projects, you can say, or list of all employment history that you have ever worked with. So that you have to add. Then inside the skill section, you can see all those skills like programming languages, database, front end, back end, cloud, version control system. So in the skill sections, what I have done, that you have to go to this particular Devicon. It's a really good website that I liked it. So if your skills are present in this particular website, you can directly so if I say Python, if Python is present in this website and you see the icon and you like it, you can directly write that particular name here, as I am using scrapping that website for the images, if those images are not present, there is another way. You have to put those images inside the asset folders and then pass their URL here. So I have put most of my skills inside assets skills, so you can see agile.png, microservices.png to be present inside the skills folder of assets. Agile and png is present. So that's all. If you change this particular resume.json, one more place that you have to change is to go inside the package.json, change your username here. So your username, whatever username is yours, you can directly change it here, and then make some changes, and then you can actually push it. So for pushing, what you have to do, there's suppose like I make a small change somewhere. So I have written experienced full stack Python developer. So beside experienced, I will mention my number of experience. So I'll say 6.7 years. If I make that change and save it, you will see our Visual Studio Code out highlight that there is a change in our resume.json file, and I'll say that added number of experience. Just write the commit a description a little bit, and I'll say commit, and it'll ask us like if you want to stage all the changes. Basically it is saying that firstly you have to stage the changes and then do it. So there will be a control with you what all changes you want to push in the GitHub, and some changes if you want to just keep it in local. So I'll just now say commit. Once it is committed, we have to do sync changes. Okay. Once the changes are synced, you will see that in GitHub I have written a GitHub Actions for CI/CD. You might have heard the term CI/CD. So CI/CD is continuous integration, continuous deployment. It means once you integrate your local branch with the GitHub, it should automatically build your project and deploy it there. So that's what we are doing here. What we are doing, that once you push, as you can see, this particular line says that on push to any of these branches, main or master, you have to deploy that particular project. For doing that, what you have to do, that you have to firstly create a runner. I want runner to run on Ubuntu latest. Do the checkout, set up Node.js, install the dependencies, and then deploy. So these are the changes that you have to do in your project in order to do it. So that's all. Once you actually finished pushing that changes, I will go and show you here that if I go in actions, you will see see, this is the added number of experience. It automatically build your project, and this is the pages build and deployment, which is deploying your GitHub page website also, you can say directly. So I have made a for you can see there is no 7 years written here, so there is no modification done yet. But if I go here in pages build and deployment, it is deploying. It is still deploying. So once this deployment is finished, you will see that the changes will automatically present in my website. If I go here, I can see there is no changes, but our deployment is done. So I'll refresh this particular change. It sometimes take few seconds to modify those changes, but you can see that this experience of mine is added here. Similarly, it's quite simple. Three different steps that you have to do. Firstly, change the resume.json according to your own details. Change the base href URL and add your profile name of GitHub username. You have just change that part, and that's all. Push the changes and do all of this. This is just a a showcase of your portfolio if you want to learn Angular, or you want to learn more about this project, or if you want to if you are facing any kind of problem, then do comment on my channel. I will love to show you how I build it, and how you can also build your own website in Angular or any other front-end development. So that's it, folks. uh, have fun and thank you.